Another side quest, Ch.1B. Who made God? Blunt, clear answer, nobody made God. God, by definition, is the uncreated, eternal being. If something created him, then that thing would be God. God must be the first cause, the one who started everything without himself being started. Let's break this down with something relatable. When a fish sees you outside its tank, it can't understand how you are breathing. You live in a different environment, by different laws. The fish applies its reality to yours, but it doesn't work. We do the same thing with God. We ask, who made him? Assuming he must follow the same rules we do, like time, space, or death. But if God created everything, he cannot be made of those things. He has to exist outside of them. Genesis 1:1-2 shows this. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. He is not made of matter, he moves over it. He is Spirit. This leads us to a powerful truth. If the universe had a beginning, it must have had a beginner, a first cause, something or someone that doesn't require creation. Everything inside our universe requires cause and effect, but the cause of the universe must be uncaused. Otherwise, you get an infinite loop of creators creating creators. Imagine asking, what's under the blue brick? The red one. What's under the red? The yellow. What's under the yellow brick? The table. What's under the table? The ground. What's under the ground? At some point you get to the base, something that just is. That is God. He is not created, he is eternal. He is the foundation that everything else rests on. Psalms 92 says it beautifully. Before the mountains were born, or you were brought forth, the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Even famous scientists acknowledge the design in the universe. We mentioned Roger Penrose, saying the odds of the Big Bang randomly forming a livable universe was equal to 1 in 10 to the 10th power to the 123rd power. Notice how God is described as a spirit as well. He himself not being of matter, but being able to form it. Then the Lord decides to flip the switch. Let there be light. Boom. Imagine an explosion igniting the furnace that is the sun, bringing warmth to a formless and dark earth for the first time. What if there was a Big Bang, but it was simply our Creator snapping his fingers? Which comedically actually helps me transition to a great example. Not to poke at the world of Marvel, believe me, I love Marvel, at least the first 80%, but the Celestials, the comics deemed as the creators of their universe, do not make sense. The Celestials can die, they take up space, they age, they are made of a physical substance from within the universe, and they themselves would still require a creation. We know their creator must exist outside of all of their universes, and before you get too upset, I could just prove it. Stan Lee. Stan does not have to answer to any of the laws within the Marvel Universe. In fact, if you tried to explain to Captain America who he actually was, a comic book character, he would probably look at you like a fish in a bowl. However, for us and Stan Lee, there has to be someone far greater outside of our bowl. Someone somewhere outside all of this. someone who does not have to answer to the laws of death, space, time, matter, and necessity of creation. Someone who just is. Our Creator must be omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. Omnipotent, meaning He has unlimited power and can do anything. Makes sense. One who created all we know should have the ability to do all we know and more. Omnipresent, meaning He is everywhere at all times, existing outside of time. Psalms 139, 7 through 10. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. A poetic journal entry from the famous King David illustrating the Lord's ability to be with all of His children at all times. As we read in Genesis 1 as well, here again we see the description of the Creator being a spirit moving over the surface of the waters. Other scriptures depict the Lord's ability to set His children on specific paths as well. This implies He has seen the outcome of all of them, all of the paths that you could be on, an example of being outside of time. Omniscient, meaning God has complete knowledge and knows everything. I would surely hope we don't know more than our Creator. Think of the things we have discovered, how long it took us to discover them, and only imagine the things we have not yet discovered. With this thought, my mind always goes to our medicinal discoveries. Count out all the incredible discoveries before 1925, just 100 years ago. And still, since 1925, we have had thousands of significant advancements in medicine. Forgive me for my pronunciation of these discoveries. 1928 discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming, derived from the fungus Penicillium notatum. 1940s, streptomycin, the first antibiotic effective against tuberculosis, derived from Streptomyces bacteria. 1952, paclitaxel or Taxol, a cancer treatment discovered in the bark of the Pacific yew tree. 1972, 20 years later, artemisinin, an anti-malarial drug derived from the sweet wormwood plant Artemisia annua. The 1980s to the 1990s, statins, cholesterol-lowering drugs derived from fungal metabolites. The list goes on and on, from monumental cures to the discovery of the coffee bean. And whether atheist or believer, I am sure we are all thankful the Creator left us a cup of joe. I urge you to go back even further to see all the incredible Easter eggs our Creator left us to find right below our feet. Not only does this creation feed us, it heals us. This world is finely tuned, not by accident, but by intention. Isaiah 40:28. The Lord is the everlasting God, the Creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. God doesn't age. He doesn't die. Doesn't need a creator. He just is. So if God made us, who made God? No one. And that is exactly what qualifies Him to be God. Colossians 1:16 through 17 puts it perfectly. For in Him all things were created. All things have been created through Him and for Him. He is before all things, and in Him all things hold together. Let that sink in. Now it's your turn. Ask yourself, what questions do you have about God, creation, or purpose? If you could ask Him any question, drop your thoughts in the comments. If this helped you in any way think deeper, make sure you like, subscribe. If you have questions, let's keep seeking answers together.